We are soon going to see what Max Verstappen and Red Bull are capable of this season. Before the first race, they will be participating in the winter preseason testing along with the rest of the grid. This first time having the new 2022 cars on a racetrack will reveal how the new cars perform and how the drivers will adapt to the new regulations. How prepared will Red Bull be for the upcoming season? And what does Max think about testing season as he enters his first season as champion? Welcome back to Race Pace. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update on Formula 1. And basically everything related to the battle between the multi-talented racer and world champion Max Verstappen and his rival and 7 times world champion Lewis Hamilton. Although the Formula 1 preseason hasn't even started yet, drivers have taken the opportunity to get some laps in and test out some of the new 2022 car features. Within 48 hours of crossing the finish line in Abu Dhabi, Max was back at Yas Marina for a post-season testing session. Driver and tire testing coincided as teams tested out younger drivers and had the new 18-inch Pirelli tires on some of their cars. Verstappen was able to complete 124 laps on these larger tires, gaining valuable experience into how these tires will handle on the track. The session featured 19 drivers with a mix of Formula 1 and other racing classes, a large departure from the first place finish a few days ago. Max finished the season in 17th. Could this be cause for concern in the upcoming season as Max defends his title? Most likely not. Testing seasons like these usually don't have drivers pushing it to the limits like in qualifying. Instead, they act as part of the development of the car by allowing engineers to collect valuable real-life data. The Mercedes Formula E driver, Nick de Vries, would go on to take first in the session. There was another notable Mercedes mention from the session, but for different reasons. Still silent after the finale finish, Lewis Hamilton did not attend the post-season testing session in Abu Dhabi, as he contemplated his retirement from Formula 1. If you want to learn more about what Max thinks about Lewis's potential departure from the sport, check out our other video, links in the description. Now that the 2021 Formula 1 season is closed, the next time we will see tires to the track is at preseason testing in Barcelona. Starting February 21st and lasting 3 days, the laps around the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya will be the first time drivers are allowed to drive their team's newest cars on the real track. Until then, drivers are stuck using simulators to sharpen their skills and try to learn the new car mechanics. The first on-track test of the new cars will provide the teams a chance to see how their new designs measure up to their rivals. While also a chance to show off a bit, these testing sessions provide engineers with precious data points on how the car drives in a live environment. Although technology has produced simulations and laboratory tests that provide car designers with a wealth of information, there's no replacement for real-life on-track testing. Not only does this show how the car will perform under race conditions, it can confirm the accuracy of mechanics and simulation models to improve future designs. In addition to the performance data being captured, engineers use the opportunity to test the reliability of parts. Observing pieces of the car under race stress can help determine weak areas to strengthen and decide racing logistics for car repair and maintenance. It is also the chance for drivers to experience the new cars for the first time. This will be especially important for the upcoming season due to all the regulatory changes surrounding the car construction and aerodynamics. For more on that, check out our video on the upcoming 2022 regulation changes. The link is down in the description. These cars will produce less dirty air as they race around the track, and should have different handling due to the aero part changes. This preseason testing season offers drivers the chance to start on the learning curve for these new cars. With no lap limit, these 3 days are entirely up to the teams and what they need to focus on to be competitive. After the conclusion of the Barcelona testing sessions, the teams will travel to Bahrain for the next season starting on March 12th. Similar to the first, teams will have 3 days to test out their cars and gather as much data as possible. Using tools like aero rakes and flow-vis paint, constructors will be able to collect information on how their cars will perform at the site of the first race. 8 days after the Bahrain testing session ends, the grid will be lining up at the same track for lights out. With the new regulations bringing significant changes to the way cars will travel through the air and around the track, some teams had originally petitioned for a longer 5-day training session in Barcelona. After reviewing, the FIA ultimately decided on the 2 3-day sessions in Spain and Bahrain. In his 8th year as a full-time driver, Max has experienced these testing sessions many times. However, this will be his first time entering the season as the world's reigning driver champion. Will this be adding mental stress to Max as he presses for the first race? Or will it do the opposite and add to his confidence as he speeds around the corners? We'll have to see once the season starts. But these testing sessions should allow Max to get used to the car, even if he isn't putting in qualifying type laps. So, what does Max think of these testing sessions? While these days give him and the teams the chance to see how they measure up against the other teams, he says it doesn't give you any guarantees. So we'll find out through the first race weekend where we are. Even though the testing sessions have teams comparing themselves against other cars, most likely none of the drivers are pushing to their max. With racing teams hiding their true performance, we really won't be able to see who is the fastest until the first Grand Prix. Verstappen knows this and understands that and keeps his motivation on the first race. While teams aren't competing as much for first place, it's still a chance to optimize performance and prepare their cars for the upcoming season. Max has said, "We always look into what we can improve, and for sure there are some things that we want to work on." But I guess every team has that. While every team will be using this opportunity to optimize car performance, these testing sessions will highlight the constructors' development over the past year. This month between the first test session and the Bahrain start might give teams the chance to make changes, but the data they collect will impact their models. That should improve their abilities throughout the season. The difficulty will be in seeing the progress other teams have made, as well as being able to either catch up or exceed their performance. So, how will Red Bull perform during these sessions? The RB16B was arguably the best performing car on the grid last season, but regulation changes will bring significant changes to the car. The Honda Power Unit for 2022 is said to be not as powerful as its predecessor. We'll have to see how Max handles the new car come day one in Barcelona. Unfortunately, these 3 sessions in Spain will not be televised and will be conducted behind closed doors. The new car regulations are all set to shake up the grid starting in Bahrain in March. During the winter preseason testing sessions, we'll be able to see all of the progress Red Bull has made and how Max can adapt to the new car. Will the new regulations and car development lead to another Verstappen championship? We'll have to see how the teams can respond to the training sessions as their cars take the track for the first time. Hey, if you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe below and let me know in the comments what you'd like to know about Super Max.